Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful fairy doll for March. This is part of the Fairy of the Month series. If you missed December, January, and February, be sure to go check those out. And if you're new to making fairies, you'll want to check out my basic fairy doll tutorial. You will find a link for that video below in the description. With that said, let's grab a few supplies and get started. The first thing you'll need is obviously some flowers, and I really wanted to do a gold fairy that had cream and green accents. So I went to my local craft stores, and lo and behold, I had a really hard time finding gold flowers. I did find this one from Hobby Lobby, so I'll be using this, but I wanted to give you guys an option if you can't find a gold flower. So the other thing is I ended up using the back side of these petals because I liked how they created her skirt better. So I'm going to show you guys a trick of what you can do if you can't find a gold flower. So what I did is I took this Glitter Blast spray paint, and it's made for crafts, and it's awesome, you guys. It leaves the most beautiful gold on anything you spray it on. So I will be using that on my petals. Then I have some thread. I've got black, gold, and green. I have some glitter I'll be decorating my doll with. I will put links for everything below in the description, and I have these little shamrocks and then this gold kind of decorative sticker stuff. I got this at a dollar store in Las Vegas years ago, and I've been waiting to use it. I'll just be using a little piece of this to decorate the doll. I have some sharp scissors and of course my trusty glue gun set on low. And then of course I have my fairy. So to make a fairy, you take a wooden bead, a piece of floral wire, and some embroidery floss and twist it into this cute little doll. You will find step-by-step instructions on how to do that in my basic fairy doll tutorial. And you can see I've already given her a hairstyle. This is my braided updo. You'll find a link for that below as well. You can obviously style your doll's hair however you'd like. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is dress my doll, and I'm going to take the gold and I'm going to wrap it up kind of into a V-neck and then take it down into a little pair of shorts. And this is what we have. You'll find more instructions on how to dress your doll in that basic fairy doll tutorial. Then I'm going to set her aside and grab my flowers, and I'm going to pull my flowers apart. And I do that with both the gold and the cream. And then I'm going to set the cream flowers aside, and we're going to spray the gold flowers. So you'll want to do this in a well-ventilated area. I took these out to my garage and laid down an old box, and I just added a really good layer of the glitter to the petals and then let them dry completely before I brought them back in the house. Now these petals are a light yellow, and I love how the gold turned out on them. You could obviously do this on cream flowers or on just a basic yellow flower, but look at how absolutely gorgeous this glitter turned out. So now I'm going to take my petals and I'm going to start layering them together to create the skirt. And I start with the top layers and just kind of start playing around with it, layering them together in different ways until I have a nice, beautiful layered skirt. Now, I really liked that the spray paint actually made these petals a little bit stiff, which made it really easy to put the skirt together. So I'm doing the gold layers on the top, and then I wanted some of the cream layers underneath. And you can hold it up to your doll as you're going to see if you like how it lays. And then once I have it all layered together in a way that I like, I'm going to cut an X into the center of all of the petals. So I just fold the petal in half and cut an X so I can slide the petals up and around her waist. So once we have those all cut, I'm going to take the top layers, and starting with the top layers, I'm going to slide them up and around her waist. And I'm going to move them around so that they lay nicely. So I'm kind of adjusting them as I go, and I do that with all of the petals. And once I have those layered together nicely, I'm going to grab my glue gun and I'm going to add small dabs of glue to hook her skirt together. So work slowly, adjust the petals as you go so they lay nicely, and I'm just adding tiny dabs of glue to each layer of her skirt, kind of pinching it together as I go to hold it in place. And I'm going to do that with all of the layers in the front and then in the back, and then I go back through and just make sure that it's all layered together nicely. I check on the sides to see if there's anywhere I need to add a little bit more glue. adjusting as I go. And once we have her dress all glued together, this is what we have, and I can't even tell you how much I love this doll. I just think she's so beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do is give her some shoes. So I'm going to take the black and just give her a pair of shoes. And then I set her aside and I grabbed the gold and the green metallic thread. So I'm going to take this, I cut 2 pieces, tied a knot in both ends, and just twisted it. And I'm going to put it almost like a headband around her hair. So I put a small dab of glue in the back, wrapped it actually on the side, and wrapped it up and around so it ended on the side where I put that dab of glue. And then I'm going to cut off the excess thread. And don't worry, we're going to cover that part up with some glitter. So this is her beautiful headband. Now, this is the only place I used the green thread, but I actually liked the little detail that it added. And then I'm going to take my glitter, and I'm going to take a small dab of glue and add it to the side to cover up those raw ends of the thread. And then I just grabbed some of the glitter and pressed it into the glue. Tapped off the rest, and you have this beautiful, it almost reminded me of like a 1920s hairpiece. And then I'm going to take one of my little tiny shamrocks and glue it on top of that glitter. So this just added a nice, subtle tribute to St. Patrick's Day for our March fairy doll. So a little dab of glue, and I just glue that right on top of the glitter. And remember, if you ever get glue showing up in a spot you don't like, you can grab a hairdryer to melt that glue. I actually finally invested in a heat gun, and I just hold that up to the doll where the excess glue is, and it melts it so you don't notice it as much. Then I'm going to take the gold sticker sheet and I'm going to cut off a little strip of it to wrap around her waist. So I will obviously be able to use this for other craft tutorials because I only used a small piece of it. I just put a dab of glue in the back and wrapped it around her waist and then cut off the excess. And it just added this really pretty sparkly accent to her waist. And then last but not least, we're going to add a little bit more green. So I grabbed that green glitter and I'm going to take my glue gun and just add a little bit of glue to the very ends of the cream petals and sprinkle on the glitter. And I did that all the way around the base of her dress just to get a little sparkly pop of green for the underneath part of her skirt. And you can see I made a gigantic mess. And she's done. That's it, guys. You're all set. I just love how this doll turned out. It was fun doing a March themed doll that wasn't totally green, and I liked the idea of the pot of gold dress. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did and you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be the first to know of new videos that come out. Also, you can head to my Instagram if you'd like to see some of my crazy daily life and more projects that I'm working on. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out some of my other tutorials, and if you have any thoughts or questions or videos you'd like to see, please post that below. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you next time.